I didn't say this, but we have, I think, right now, 24 communities, and we got 2 more that are just coming on. Plymouth County's coming on, they're gonna offer a $2,500 relocation benefit. I know Jackson County is gonna be coming on board. Their board struggled a little bit with the finance piece, kind of what Elizabeth was saying. What was really exciting is the economic development group saw value in it, and so they voted to seed that initiative, $10,000 to get it going. So there are opportunities, I think, to get creative.
Is this something that we would put in her budget, or is this something that would come out of the supervisors?
It's how there's differences. I would work obviously with Elizabeth,
Well, I suppose you could do it either way.
You could do it either way, either your budget, the supervisor budget, or the VA budget.
I would think since you're gonna be working a lot with Elizabeth, it should be in her budget.
What we say is there's no expectation that the state of Iowa has that the VA office is driving this, right?
Right.
Like it's really, we find that when the VA offices are engaged, it works better because of course there's that handoff where we're hopefully getting people connected with state and federal benefits, and then if there's individuals that have workforce, like they're looking for work, there's a handoff to us, so that works really well. I've seen it both ways. I think the concern always is that we don't want to take away from what the VA office is obviously doing, but it's a lot of times what will happen is there'll be an application process, and maybe Elizabeth's office hands that application off, but then it's a handoff to the auditor's office to then issue a check, if there is a financial component. So I've seen different examples of how they do that, but it's really, I think, nuanced to what makes sense for this county. Yeah, and we can give examples.
Karen, you got a question?
I have a couple of concerns about it. First off, disabilities, whether the people would be able to work at all. And secondly, there's not very many jobs in Tama County because this is a farming area, heavy agriculture. And most of our jobs are in agriculture here. So that said, then a lot of people here do commute to other communities, bigger towns, bigger cities. That's where they spend their money when they go. They go to Marshalltown and spend it in Marshall County or Cedar Rapids. We have people that commute to Des Moines and Cedar Rapids and Waterloo, and they spend their money there. So they may live here, but everything else may, if they can work at all, may go out to another area, big city.
So I'll try to address each one of those, or what I hear you say as concerns. I mean, that's not uncommon. For instance, like, let me give an example. Cedar County as an example. Cedar County recognized that, being so close to the Quad Cities, that people might live there, but then they work in another county. And so they actually set up kind of a two-prong where, like, if somebody was to relocate there to buy a house, they had a grant for that. If they worked in the county too, there was an additional piece. So they saw the economic value of somebody living here. I don't know that piece. As far as farming, Iowa is the second in the nation with the most amount of FS.
No, just talking Tama County though.
Okay.
Just Tama County.
So Iowa is the second in the nation with the most amount of direct farm service agency loans to veterans. Veterans have historically went into entrepreneurship, and ag and farming is a huge area. So there could actually be some great, I can speak all day long to this because I happen to be a beginning veteran farmer myself. And there's actually some really interesting intersections there. So that might be something that you could look into as part of an incentive package, because there are a lot of people right now that are aging out of farming. There are, in the first time in the history of Iowa, there are more women landowners than we've ever seen, and there's some opportunities there. I think when you think of veterans, one of the things that's meaningful about military service is being part of something larger than yourself. There's opportunities to kind of connect. So did that address any of your concerns? Or
It gets halfway there, but the land is, to become a beginner farmer, it's almost impossible because of the price of land right now. So I don't see that that's part of the picture.
But
well,
Karen,
I've done it, and I know other people that, and there's opportunities. I don't disagree with you. Yeah.
well, he's saying the one county is splitting their incentives to be either focused on that and then adding the working as a
You
separate.
get taxed. I mean, they just come in here and bought a house, that would be property tax
if they get services. So that is a great economic development. This program is to help Tama County with economic development. Yes, Catherine, I talked to Catherine about this, and she remembers when we did the proclamation, so that was before her time.
Catherine would do probably a good job at this too, I mean.
Yeah, before her time, that was before her time, but she's very well aware of the home-based island. Yes, sir.
And I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna see the remaining counties coming on board. So it's kind of where we're gonna be at with that. I hope you guys will be on kind of the front end. We're already at, over 75%, probably 78% of Iowa counties are designated right now, so. But I'm happy to continue to, answer questions, follow-ups, whatever, if there's somebody particular you want me to be working with. I know that I really needed to circle back with the economic development person. I'm not sure who they are for this county, but I know that was in the resolution, it specifically identified that office. So I'm happy to have conversations with them or anything that I can help.
Right, yeah, no,
Okay.
Okay.
awesome, thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, who pays the
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, anybody else have anything else? Okay, I'll adjourn you at 10:13.
Okay, thank you.
I
wouldn't mind talking about that.
Yeah, it's like,
I wouldn't mind talking about that.
yeah, I think we should, get Catherine involved. Yes, get Catherine involved, absolutely.
Get it on the agenda and.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did look, and every county around us is already in the home base. I just Googled it quick, and Grundy, Benton, Marshall, all of them around us, Blackhawk. So you could even call them up and see what they're doing, is it worth it, what did they, when did they sign up? What are they seeing for value, is it increasing economic development or not?
Yeah, you get 2 or 3, you're not gonna get 20.
Well, especially Benton County would be very similar, because they don't have any large cities like Blackhawk or,
Cedar, and Cedar's a perfect example. My daughter lives in Cedar County, and there's not much there, other than Tipton, which is the, on the sea.
Hopefully start small. And,
Yeah,
and see how it works.
Yeah.
I think anytime we can help veterans out, I think we should.
I agree too. We need to get that on the agenda sometime.
Come up and talk with us.
Have Catherine, maybe.
Because all that she's got
Maybe have Catherine and Elizabeth work out something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
She'll
what to say,
research it.
but the offer, we're
Yeah.
supposed to offer something right now, but let's get Catherine on board.
Yeah. Trevor, what do you think?
Thumbs
It's
up?
a good program for veterans. I mean,
I think it is.
the Army, well, not just the Army as a whole, but the military as a whole is pouring out. People are transitioning back at an alarming rate. We're so short-staffed in the military across all services.
Really?
So, yeah, people are finding more jobs that are more beneficial,
My son just got out a couple weeks ago, and he's gonna probably go to school in Northwest Iowa, so I looked at the county there, and the banks were giving a $500 credit on the loans if they got a home loan through the banks.
That's
So that wasn't even the county, that was just the banks,
Yeah.
give them $500,
Yeah.
just being part of it.
I'm sure that'd something be under Catherine's
Oh, yeah.
deal where she could go out and, she's really good.
One of the businesses gave a $25 gift card, all you had to do was go there, so if you live there, so.
Cameron just got
Catherine
into the
probably-
Marines, and he's already looking at down the road for programs like this, and
No, I
all the
think-
benefits and stuff.
I think it'd be a win-win for everyone.
Plus the tax incentive, just for property taxes around the state, the credit went up, so.
Okay.
All right, done deal. Good deal.
Thanks, Laura.
Yeah.
This is the lien for the taxes.
Oh, yeah, tax, I mean, that's, they raised it quite a bit.
Doug.
It used to just be a few hundred bucks.
Glad I can see you. You worthless.
Beat me to it.
You buying lunch?
No, I'm going home to work on a concrete job, you know.
I can watch.
No,
I put my fingerprints in it.
I'm not doing that point yet, we're trying to get to that point. Okay, have a great week.
How many yards?
28 by 28.
2 yards. Part wet.
I just got done digging this, it's a floating slab, and I'm kinda anal when I do that. Some guys just go with a shovel, but I did all the edges. So it's probably 10 to 12 inches deep around the edge. That was the toughest. Patch brought it in and she poured it. It's hard. Oh, God. I even just went around and dug it a couple inches, and it just put water in it, let water sit in it. I'm too old.
Told me you did that.
I think I'm actually trying. No.
Hopefully it'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That'll be safe, Richard.
Everywhere. Crickets.
They like you.
I was working part-time in the middle school, and that just games all over. It's not yours either, hey?
I can't do it, Elizabeth, go there and
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanna get her involved.
Because they are the ones who started.
Right. Yeah, I've heard of it.
I can't think of it.
Okay, yeah, she'd be up.
Yeah, she would know what kind of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my big.
See what we can get going.
Right.
I don't wanna be seen as the last problem, I don't wanna be the last person, the last county to not jump on board. It started with me.
See why we can't do this.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just.
Yeah.
My personal. Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is certainly way.
Well, even Iowa.
Oh, I wish it would.
I'm not sure if you're supposed to say
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the way to do it.
I know.
There is interest, yeah, you know, we don't want, yeah, same thing with we're on.
Yeah. I just, yeah, I mean, cause like I said, and her ass doesn't come bring my money.
there's rules that apply to
He
that.
doesn't remember me telling you how much money I bring in every year, does he?
No, it'll help.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be a good program.
Well,
all kinds of
it's
stuff.
a job, huh?
Yeah,
And see,
that incentive thing
I
would
don't
be,
know that we.
Rather than having to
Understood.
right.
you know, maybe it could just be done. And then maybe not.
Yeah,
Well, we didn't know there was the other. You would.
it's parts of it.
Or how much-
Somewhere I got it.
Yeah,
Would it be more
yeah.
beneficial?
Yeah, the other parts of it, yeah.
He keeps telling me that.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of
Mhm. Yeah,
Right.
that's what I told Jason, I said, you need to come down and see Catherine, so I got another county.
Yeah.
Well, that's, cause I'm not sure she.
Who knows, would it work, or would it,
No,
no,
she said that.
Right.
you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she deserves.
yeah, I'm still not back at it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, cause I thought you said something about moving away. I said,
Oh,
All right,
okay.
yeah, very few.
You know, so some of them, they can't say, well, we'll take.
yeah, no, we'll definitely be talking.
Okay, that sounds
They
good.
were talking about that in some places.
See you, Elizabeth.